Hi, I'm Vanessa. If you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if you're already a subscriber, welcome back. Go ahead and subscribe if you're into seeing what I upload next. I upload a lot of different content all over the place, so if you're here to be entertained, go ahead and subscribe. I like having you as a member. Anyways, without further ado, I want to go ahead and wish you a really happy new year, happy 2020. Hope the new year find you in good spirits. As you can see from my last video, I went to Jamaica and it was such a good trip. I had a really good time catching up with my family and friends. You know, there's lots of things that I wanted to do, a lot of people I needed to catch up with, and this trip was a success, I can say. Since my trip, a lot of persons have been asking me what was it like traveling. They want to know like some of the rules and restrictions. So I figured let me just do a video to help you understand a little bit what's going on. For today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about traveling to Jamaica, my experience, and what are some of the things you can expect. And this is just for traveling during during the COVID pandemic, and this is basically what is most current as of December to January. I know the rules and regulations change very frequently, so this might not be the case if you're watching this video several months from this, but nonetheless I would like to provide you with some information of what you can expect right now. I know a lot of persons want to travel but they're not sure if they're going to do it. They're very skeptic because you don't know what to expect or what might happen. I'm just going to provide this video to help ease your mind a little bit so you know what you can expect. This video is specifically about what's going on right now. I know that in October the rules were very different from what they are now. So if you're going to travel, a disclaimer is that you should go ahead and check what are the most current rules and regulations, because these that I'm providing are those that were most current for December 2020 into January 2021, which is right now. To begin my travel plans, I booked my ticket a month in advance. Now, a lot of persons probably don't have that much time, but a suggestion I would say is at least 2 weeks in advance. And reason being, some of the things you'll need, like a COVID test, that will take, they want it to be done at least within a 10-day period, so it's good to give yourself at least 2 weeks. Anyways, let's go from the beginning. So when I was traveling to Jamaica, the first thing that I did was to book my tickets. I booked my ticket a month in advance and I used American Airlines. Now, American Airlines has this app where basically they give you updates on your flight and they send you information about your flight check-ins and the things that you need to get done, like your tests and so on. Now, I know a lot of other airlines probably do the same thing, but I think it was just really convenient having this on the American Airlines app. Nonetheless, after I booked my ticket, I got an email that told me that based on the place I'm traveling to, which is Jamaica, there's going to be some restrictions and some things that I'll need to get done in order to be able to travel. Now, these things that I needed were, I needed a travel authorization, and I also needed a COVID-19 test, a negative COVID-19 test, before I'm able to travel. Now, a lot of this information, if you want it, it's available at the Visit Jamaica website. I'm going to put that link in the description. And basically, when you go on the website, it provides you with information about how you can get your travel authorization, as well as the type of COVID-19 test that they require in order for you to enter the country. Now, moving on, after I got my flight ticket and I visited the website, Visit Jamaica website, I first checked the dates when I needed the travel authorization. At the time, in December, the travel authorization was due within 7 days of the day you plan to travel. So because I booked my ticket a month in advance, I could not do the travel authorization as yet, and also I did not do the COVID-19 test at that time, also because that needed to be done within a 10-day period, so I had to wait. So closer to the time, about 2 weeks before now, I did my COVID test. No, I did my COVID test like a week before. So I did my COVID test and then 7 days before I traveled, I went and got the travel authorization. So I got my COVID test and travel authorization. Now going to the airport, you know, a lot of persons nowadays, they're trying to check in online. It saves you time and whatnot, but when you're traveling to Jamaica, going to Jamaica, you're not going to be able to check in online. Reason being, you have to show your travel authorization as well as your COVID-19 test, and this is done in person at the check-in desk. So you're not going to be able to check in initially because you have to present those information. So when I went to the airport, I had to join the line over in American Airlines, and I presented them with the paper as well as my passport and other travel information. I presented them with that, and they checked it. There's a barcode that's on the travel authorization, and of course they use that to scan me in. So a little bit about the travel authorization. So the travel authorization is basically going to be approved the same day. I know a while back they take a while, it used to take a couple days sometimes to get the travel authorization approved, but since they installed the new requirements of having a COVID test, I've noticed that the travel authorization have been approved the same day. When you're doing the travel authorization, some things that you need to know is that you're going to put the location where you're going to go, and they're going to expect you to self-isolate at that location for 14 days. Now, going on the plane, there weren't a lot of restrictions apart from them checking my COVID test and my travel authorization, and that is just because I was going to Jamaica. From where I live, there is no straight flights to Jamaica, so I had to take two planes. I had to take one plane from St. Louis to Miami, and then I had to take another plane from Miami to Jamaica. Because my final destination was Jamaica, I had to present all these papers every time when I boarded the plane. I had to show both my travel authorization and the negative COVID test, and this wasn't for all other passengers except for those headed to Jamaica. There weren't many different restrictions other than having your mask, but one thing I did notice that they did announce that certain types of masks weren't allowed. That's masks with vents. I'm not sure if this was for all other airlines, but I know that was the case for American Airlines. Traveling on the plane, I brought my hand sanitizer, I brought my wipes, but to be honest, there was so many hand sanitizer stations all over the airport. I really didn't need a hand sanitizer, but for sure I needed the wipes because I used that to wipe down my seat and all the areas where I sat, and yeah, it was a good thing. And also on the flight, there wasn't many different things on the flight. They give you because I'm taking two flights, the longest flight they'll offer you food, but when they give you the food, they'll give you just a little wipe. I think I have one of them left. They give you these little hand sanitizing wipes, and yeah, and that's all they give you. Now, when on arrival to Jamaica, this was where everything changed. I know that my sister and my cousin, they came in another airport in Montego Bay, and I came in the airport in Kingston, and from what they told me about their experience, I realized that both airports had very different requirements. They had similar requirements, but the one in Kingston was a lot more strict than the one in Montego Bay. In Montego Bay, my sister told me there was a line, but after they got off the plane, there was a line to join to go and get your app, which is going to track you and make sure that you maintain the self-isolation requirements. But in Kingston, the line was more strict, whereas in Montego Bay, people were leaving the line out. Now, for the Kingston airport, straight as I got off the plane, there was a group of people there ready to greet you, and they were providing hand sanitizer to every single passenger that got off the plane. You know that tunnel that you come through off the plane? Right as you come through that tunnel, they were there providing you with hand sanitizer to sanitize and go through the lines. After I went through the line, we had a check, and this check, they checked your temperature and they gave you a slip of paper. and they also checked your travel authorization, and they put some information in a tablet that they had there. I think these were some people from the Ministry of Health that was doing this check, and it was very strict. They ensured that every single person went through this check. There was even a soldier there to guide every person through this line. After you went through the check and got your temperature checked and they checked your travel authorization, you continued through the line through immigration, and after you got through to immigration, you have to go and there they asked where you were going and how long you intended to stay there. After you got through to that and you went through customs, there was still another line that continued, and this line was actually directed by soldiers as well, and these soldiers guided you to a seating area, and at the seating area you had to take your phones out or tablet or whatever device you had there and get it connected to the internet, whether it be the Wi-Fi or your own mobile data. And from here they had you download an app. It's called the Jam COVID-19 app, and this app is basically a tracker that's gonna track you while you're in the country. So it needs access to your location, and when you download the app they give you some information to put in the app. So after the app is installed, you're gonna do a video check-in, and the video check-in you basically show your face, you say where you are. There's a code that they give you. The app prompts you with the code, like it says 8855. So you say, my name is Vanessa Tate, the code is 8855, and I am at Norman Manley International Airport. You say your location and that you're not experiencing any symptoms, and you put your temperature in, and that's your check-in for the day. After you've downloaded the app, they allow you to leave that area, and they sign you off, and they take your phone number in case they would need to contact you, and this is a local phone number that they can reach you on. So after I've downloaded the app and got through to luggage and everything, we're allowed to leave. So when I got home now, for 14 days the app prompts you to check in. For me, it prompts me like twice a day. It's not a specific time for the day, it's some random times, usually sometime in the morning and sometime in the late afternoon. It says you have a check-in due, and what you'll do, you go on the app and it gives you a code. You say what the code is, you check your temperature and enter it, and you do a video check-in. So for the video check-in, you state your name, where you are, and you're not experiencing any symptoms, and you say the number that it gives you, and that's it for your check-in. And you're going to do this for 14 days, and the app is going to prompt you to do the check-in. Now if you leave the location where you are staying, this might pose a problem, because on travel authorization, the location that you enter there, they want you to stay there. So if you have that mobile device on you, it needs to stay in the location where you said you were going to stay, and this is going to be for the 14 days. Anyways, if you're going to travel, I know this is something that information that you can get from a friend, but I know a lot of persons don't have that friend to ask what's going on. So I'm that friend for you right now, giving out an update on what the process was for me. Later on I'm going to tell you some more. So I hopefully it was informative and I wasn't rambling too much, and yeah, I hope this information can help you when you're gonna travel to Jamaica, help you to be a little bit more prepared. And this might sound complicated, but trust and believe, it was fairly easy. It was a breeze. It wasn't anything too significant. I had such a good time. I do not regret traveling. It was the best. If there's any information that you need from this video, I will leave some links in the description of the websites that you can go to in order to get travel information. Yeah, that's it. Thanks again for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who may need this information. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Toodaloo!